Welcome to Stock Review. It's been a while since I've, excuse me, it's late, since I put out any kind of market analysis, science, just commentary. But here we are, so I'm going to get to it. Oh, before I get started, I want to send shots out to a lot of people, or to a few people. Not that I'm totally subscribed to their material, but some people are just so good at what they do. You can learn from them without, you can learn from them with just listening to them a little bit, you know, and it catch what they're saying and how they're saying it. And I'll just start. I've been to SGOL and NGD. You see it right here on the screen, for quite some time. With my head down, just reducing my principal whenever the dips came along. I'm coining the term right now, playing support. New gold, obviously. SGOL, obviously. Not high price stocks. Not high price stocks at all. My whole trade idea for 2021 was to play support, low risk. So when I say high risk, I'm talking about playing resistance. When I say low risk, I'm talking about playing support. I've done a few videos on low risk, a couple of them. So slowly investors, and that's really how it's going to be here in 2021. It's not market mechanics. It's not price discovery. These things have very little bearing on the market in 2021. We're 13th of March, and that's just how it is. We're in an environment of easy money, as Greg Manarino would say. So if the market's trajectory is bullish, why would you play high risk? I'm going to open up high risk positions, but first I wanted the support to be able to come up high enough to be able to even consider playing high risk, with an idea of winning. I added MVIS, Microvision. There's a video in the playlist there. It's traded in the NASDAQ. Overall, NASDAQ was down on Friday, but not Microvision. I think everybody knows the mechanics behind that one. They should. That company is going to remain solid for a long time. It's going to take a long time for them to implement their high level, their next step of surveillance, and that is the face recognition. kind of thing. Company with lasers, blah blah blah. Um, I don't need to pull up the numbers from today. Everybody knows the Dow finished slightly higher, and S&P slightly higher. Um, so why would the Nasdaq suffer like it did today? I keep on telling people over and over again, the Nasdaq is supported by the subprime bond market. Subprime bond market is having issues. The New York Stock Exchange is supported by financials and oil. So we're looking at a situation where the military industrial complex is in a transformation. Where it was oil, financials, and that was the lifeblood of the military industrial complex. But the NASDAQ has become one of the arms of the military industrial complex. Without tech, you don't have mass surveillance of all of our devices. Without tech, um, you don't have face recognition and all these things that they want to bring about. They already have, and was they, well, I'm not getting into they, my show is not apolitical, um, have already implemented the ability to decrypt anything. So it's not so important anymore. Google has already done it. Apple's already done it. Samsung's already done it. Um, just from the vibration of the wires, at some point from this device, there's going to be a wire. I suggest you look at Ed Snowden's interviews from Russia, his extensive interviews. It's mind blowing. It's mind blowing. From somebody with a GED has that kind of brain power, no doubt. Um, so I'm playing the next phase here um, of what's getting ready to happen. I'm gonna bring you to some serious subject matter here, and it's not apolitical. I'm not taking sides. I trade because I like it. I trade to make money, and wherever the money is where I'm gonna go. So right now, Microvision really put me on top, and that was like a recent trade. That really, I would have done 4% this week, something like that. But I actually did 8 something after everything was tabulated. It was at a 9, it went down to 8. So right here, I want to really just take my time and explain what I am doing. Obviously, we know inflation is a factor here. We always knew it. It was just very silent. Um, so I wanted to be in low risk, knowing that in order for the market to go higher, the support needed to come up. So I was playing really lousy performance. New Gold is not a super high performing stock. SGOL is not a super high performance stock, and neither is Microvision. But they exist in the on the base floor. Gold mining. Gold's in demand, no matter what the price of it is. Um, and that particular stock is priced at, below $2. So I can take not so much money and buy a bunch of shares. Go back to my past videos regarding taking advantage of a bubble. You know, when you have a piece of bubble gum and blow it and make a bubble with it, it's at first it's with a lot of resistance there. But as the gum and the breath expand, the gum begins to expand, it gets thinner, it moves faster until what? It bursts. So ductility is really what I'm interested in here. Is I don't want to be rigid in my trading. So I'm not looking at pinpoint trade ideas. I'm going to target this sector of the market. I'm going to buy these stocks that that represent the price discovery of that, because there is no price discovery. So my main strategy is to be a step ahead of the high risk individuals. Definitely today, when you're looking at a stock market that did 1.900s and in total maybe two, what all of the markets combined may have done 1.50 hundreds. Definitely this week I've had at least 2 down days, and to end up with above an 8% is just, for me, it's just years and years of trading that have culminated um, with letting trades develop. Key. Letting trades develop, um, picking a proper asset class as far as SGOL. When we're dealing with paper, inflated paper, why not go into paper gold? Because they're only doing the opposite to the actual gold asset. It's just de-inflating it, which is the total that inversion of inflating it. If they wanted to inflate it, they would trade less paper. The price of gold would go up. The actual asset itself, when they begin to have, from what I understand, almost 30 to 20% more paper than there is actual physical in the market, that's de-inflation. As you see, SGOL is my worst performer out of the group because they're consistently de-inflating the price of gold. What's my thought process on that? When this market inverts and flips, then these particular pieces of paper that are in total abundance will be at a price where people will want to get in on SGOL. because they won't be able to. The contracts will stall, and then those contracts are going to become extremely lucrative. When you get to the point to where you're balancing out the price of gold to under 1,000, I think it's maybe 11. I haven't checked, when it really should be 2,000, 3,000. At some point, to get the game going or keep it going, they're going to need to mine more gold at a super rate, and they are going to need to either stop with the contracts, or they're going to have to print more contracts. That's my most riskiest play here. And I'm just waiting for an opportunity to catch them right in the middle with the paper contract hustle, gold paper contract, catch them slipping. For those that don't really just want shares of paper gold, which are a majority of the people that deal with gold deal with paper contracts. Um, I see a big rush into paper gold contracts. Just to cut it short, I see a big rush into trying to meet that demand for the physical. So somewhere the demand for physical and the paper are going to inflate. But paper contracts are in such a state right now, they're de-inflating the actual asset. What happens when that's no longer possible and gold actually goes up and finds price discovery? Those contracts are going to be lucrative. Microvision definitely getting supplemented by the military industrial complex. No matter um, if the subprime bond market that supports the Nasdaq is sort of shaking the Nasdaq a little bit. No matter Microvision performed my best performer. Next moves. The next moves. We want to go play resistance. A little bit of high risk. Let's go take a look at it. Man Life Financial. From what I understand from the profile, we have an entity here. I'll leave it there so you can read it for yourself. We got an entity here that is a legal money washing operation. Main purpose is to balance currencies. It's an attempt to balance currencies here. It is an attempt to manage institutional debt, somehow disperse it and use America's debt and the debt from the West to finance retirement funds. This is an operation where people's retirement funds are getting raided, no doubt. this company has several purposes. Um, the washing of money and also lending that debt back out to institutions for reissuance to particular vendors and customers. Um, this is my next play, without a doubt. Um, we're at the max here. I mean, we're looking at something here that was a beast back in 2005. And as you can see here, about 2008, it plummeted. And now, by the end of January, um, as the chart shows here, it's back up a quarter of the way before that major drop. You see right here. I'll spread it out here. You see that major drop here, here to there. Um, that's 2008. So we're looking at a serious attempt to to deal with this massive debt again. That's dragging the whole economy down. The debt market, um, somewhere back up to, I think it's going to go higher this time than in 2008, 37, 17. Back in 2008 is more like $60 in today's money, along with the promise of just more debt. You know, you're looking at something here that could be $100, $102, $103 before it comes back down. A serious attempt to, no doubt, try to deal with this debt and try to use people's retirements to do it. The rating on here is buy, no kidding. I don't have to see this to know. Buy, hold, 50-50. That's just, it's strong buy. 50-50 buy, hold. I take those two markers as if you want to go short or long. If you're holding the stock, hold, don't sell it. And if you don't have any, buy it. It's right there for you to see. It's not an underperformer. It's zero on sale. Um, and if we look at the total analysis of it, support resistance, you know, um, it's holding at 9.27, and the resistance is, well, that's the market as a whole. That's just not this particular stock. Um, I'm not gonna be with this particular trade. I am not going to have to watch it. I know that. Uh, this is gonna break resist. This is gonna not break through. You know, you see those submarines when they come up from the ice. Yeah, this is gonna just totally smash. Um, the 52-week range is gonna be smashed. You're never gonna see this back to $8 for a long time. With a dividend yield of 4.10 hundredths. Come on now. I mean, come on now. I'm not even going to explain myself any further with this. Play one to opening up of resistance trade idea. Play two that I'm definitely know I'm going to do. BTBT Digital Inc. Am I holding that? Straight on the NASDAQ once again. I will be holding it once my deposit clears escrow. Let's go to the analysis of it. Profile. Formerly known as Golden Bull Limited, is a Bitcoin mining company. The company is focused on its Bitcoin mining businesses located in Bitcoin mining facilities in Wuhai, Zhudong, Shilinghot, and Sichuan, China. It's also engaged in car rental business. It intends to rent its cars to both individual and corporate customers. Customers can perform the time and place of vehicle delivery, can confirm time and place of vehicle delivery, and rental terms through short message service, SMS messages, phone calls, face to face communication. Okay, well, we already know um, the Chinese electric car maker has been putting out cars. I think they said, I forget the name of the company, LI, something like that. LI, yeah. They put out an electric car every 10 minutes. It takes a lot of energy to mine Bitcoin and make a profit. So you're looking at a company here that's supplementing its Bitcoin mining operation because I think it's 3 gigawatts or something to make a Bitcoin, something crazy like that. So in order to supplement their Bitcoin mining operation, they're doing rental cars. Mind you, SMS messaging is military industrial complex, um, and is a part of the surveillance hub of the United States and China's individual governments. Face to face. So we're looking at, are we face to face with a person on the other side, or are we talking about face recognition? I think we're talking about face recognition here. I think we're talking about supplementing mining Bitcoin by using supplementing that cost by um, having a rental car business. This is definitely a part of China's control apparatus, without a doubt. Um, Without a doubt, we're looking at 13.37 hundredths in the positive for the since the founding of the IPO. We're looking at positive 289 and 39 hundredths of a percent in great performance. It closed at 18. We're at 17.99 in a market that was down today, the Nasdaq. These are my next two plays. I have a few other things that I am thinking about, but let's go look at what Weeble says. I haven't checked that yet. We got a support line that is flat, and we have a resistance line that is sort of pushing that stock down. As the velocity of those trades move forward in time. Um, my take on that is definitely probably Trump administration. I expect, you know, this to totally change. Um, I expect that to change, no doubt. You got a 52-week range with 0.28 hundredths thousandths of a percent to $33 now. So you could have bought 1,000 shares of this 52 weeks ago, and you would have almost, I can't even tell you what that is. We're talking about less than a cent. You could have bought 8 shares for $1. At least 8 shares, seven and a half, 7 shares for $1. If you would have spent $1,000, at this point, I think it's more like 10 grand, something like that. I don't know. I'll do the math. I'll get back to you. I'm just bouncing this off my head and how I missed that already. I have a job, so I work. So yeah, I don't know how I missed that already. We're at 17.99. So dividend yield's not that great. It's zero. Let's go find out when they actually hit the scene. Let's go to the comments and put my voice mark on there. See what I'm getting here. And there's another shot here. Bit Digital Ink. We'll take a look. Yeah, that's it. That's what we're looking at. Look at this little gem here. Um, so this is where we're headed. My next two trades. Bouncing around, bouncing around, bouncing around is not how you want to play this game. Um, Manulife and Bit Digital Ink. Um, when you look at these companies and the future and the infrastructure that it's going to take to even have money to mine Bitcoin takes electricity. I can only just cry for the United States. When China has solar, now you know why they rented out lease property in all the way in lease property all the way in Nevada and just put solar panels out there. Um, they're getting ready for the future, and I'm not going to get left behind. I'm sorry. Um, MIT has courses on blockchain. You can go find it on the internet. I've been really watching really what blockchain is, what Ethereum is, what Bitcoin is, what's based on. Anybody that wants to have any knowledge about this needs to go to on YouTube and watch these free courses while they're free. MIT is blockchain education on just like this grassroots level. Um, I'll be talking about that a lot more since my crypto account got approved here at Weeble. Um, I'll just give you a small smidget of what I learned just in a few hours. Um, Bitcoin is an encrypted, time-stamped general ledger of overall transactions. Ethereum is a subledger of transactions done in a particular sector of the blockchain. And it has its own blockchain. I don't know if that's oil, that's gas. I don't know if that's wheat, soybeans. Don't know what transactions Ethereum is built on. I know that much, so I have a lot more research to do. Um, my next two trades, now. And until we get market mechanics back into play here, and we're just gonna play pump and dump, I'm gonna take advantage of it. Um, I'm praying we get some down days. I'm praying we get some down days. these are small opportunities to think smart and buy. This is Jonathan Williams for Stock Review. Please like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to Anton Krill. I'm not a part of his organization or any of his education, but the few things he had to share that were free was monumental. Shouts out to Mr. Greg Marino, keeping me posted when I'm going through a lot. Busy days at work. Um, in the last few words, play this game smart. Um, no one knows how much time is left on this deal. But trust me, when it comes tumbling down, I am going to be right there. In the right positions in the future. They're going to make it come down, as Greg says, by design. And what will be left out in the market will be the future, and the past will be delisted. If the governments are talking about phasing out oil, you better start looking for something besides oil to put your money in. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. I'm going to sign off here. I know I'm somber sounding, but it took a lot to do this video. I could just remain silent and go on with my trading, but I got to get the word out. Thank you.